We are about to begin. Everyone, please take their seats. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the fourth edition of the Brazil Climate Summit in New York City. My name is Sofia Spire, and I'm a Columbia student pursuing my master's in sustainability management. On behalf of our entire team, I'm delighted to welcome you, both the audience here and also just those joining us online. Before we begin, I'd like to go over a few guidelines. We strongly recommend everyone downloading the event app that is available on the App Store and also on the QR codes throughout the event. You can also scan the QR code here. On the app, you will be able to connect with the participants and set up meetings. For that, we recommend using the networking lounge on the third floor, where coffee and water will be available during the day. You will also be able to access the updated program and receive notifications if anything changes. Second of all, we have Wi-Fi. It's free and open, so you can join. We'll also have side events on the third floor. If you are not registered, feel free to wait in line, and after the event starts, we will let walk-ins if seats are available. Here are the programmation of the side events. This event is fully booked, so we kindly ask you not to reserve seats in the auditorium. If you need to leave, please use the back doors on the top and take your belongings with you. Front doors will be closed during the sessions. Eating and drinking is not allowed on the auditorium. Due to time constraints, we won't have Q&A sessions. However, you may use the app to connect with the speakers. This event is live streamed, so feel free to share the link from our website with anyone that was unable to attend in person. Also, please feel free to take photos and share them on social media, tagging Brazil Climate Summit or using the hashtags that we have here on the screen. And finally, don't miss our reception at 6:30 on the ground floor to close out the day. Now that we have covered the essentials, I'm thrilled to see such a great audience gather here today. Together, we will explore Brazil's leadership in climate solutions and its potential to serve as a global hub for climate innovation. I hope that throughout our discussions and shared insights, we can leave the summit not only inspired and engaged, but also united in our commitment to actionable collaboration. Last but not least, I want to thank our sponsors who made this day possible: Vale, Atvos, Citibank, EY, Arapiaú, KPMG, Mosaic, Mercuria, BMA, Bradesco, and EB Capital. And to start the day, I'd like to invite Luciana Antonini Ribeiro, founder of EB Capital and co-founder of the Brazil Climate Summit, to the stage for her opening remarks.
Hello, everyone. I can't believe, honestly, we are in the fourth edition of the Brazil Climate Summit. It has been such an amazing journey. And I usually do this speech, and I was thinking, what should I say? It's the fourth year. How can I get some inspiration? And I was in Inhotim a couple of weeks ago. By the way, if you don't know Inhotim, you should go. It's one of the largest open-air museums, and it's in Brazil, in Minas Gerais. And there is this beautiful artwork from this Chinese artist. And the artwork is called The Foolish Man Who Moves the Mountains. And the tale goes that back many years ago, there was this Chinese, a very old man, who had two mountains in front of his house. And it was burdensome for him because he couldn't go to the city because of the mountains. So he decided to change the mountain, to move the mountain. And little by little, he would have transferred small bits of the mountain. And everybody would look at him and say, listen, you are foolish. You are not going to be able to do that. And he kept going. And he said, you know what? I'm going to do that. My son is going to do that. My grandson is going to do it. And then, after a long time, they moved the mountains. There are some versions of the tale that say that the gods have helped him as well at the end. And when I look at the journey that we have been here, in the Brazil Climate Summit, but also in the climate journey that we are doing, it is such a difficult problem to solve, but we need resilience. As the same way that the tale goes on the resilience and persistence, we need resilience. The times change, things change, but we have to keep going. And that's what we are talking here today. We have been trying to showcase how Brazil can help on the decarbonization journey, how Brazil can also grow in the process of bringing solutions. And that's a journey. The climate journey is a journey that we have to adapt to all the conditions that are happening. Being the 4th edition, it's kind of a looking back to everything that we have done. And this year we have a very special moment because one of our partners here, Tom Trebat, is retiring from the Brazil, from the Global Center. And Tom, I have to just stop here one moment and thank you for all the support. You have represented Columbia for us, and it has been such an amazing journey. And I really want to thank you for all the efforts and all the help that you gave us. But when I stop here to talk about Tom, this is a voluntary effort. Believe it or not, the group that put this together meets every Friday for the entire year. Our husbands and wives doesn't like that very much, but we meet at every Friday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. to put this together through the entire year. We are in 4th year. We have been doing that for 4 years right now. And the power of collective effort has been so important. So I cannot, that's not traditional from me, but I need to stop here and say, thank you, Jorge, for being such a warrior in the process. Usually we don't agree at the beginning, but we always converge to a common point, and you have been always the voice of reason. Marina, I cannot stop here and not tell about you. You have been the big connector of everything. You are an amazing person. Thank you so much for being here with us. Arthur, our counselor for everything. When the tide is not so easy, Arthur is the guy that's going to help us to put things down and understand what's the next move. I don't know where is Natalia, but Natalia is the engine of everything. She keeps on doing. If you give her something, she will do that for sure, and you will never realize how fast it has come. Zé, our architect of all the agenda and the content, you can't imagine how many times we stop to discuss the agenda. There's not a coincidence the content here is good. We stay an entire year discussing content and what's relevant. And Zé here is a relevant part of it. Valdívia, Marina, also very relevant in all and Carlos, all very relevant here in executing this and putting together. Sophia, thank you very much for organizing everything. Gabrielas, I don't know where you are, thank you so much. Luic, my dear French, Brazilian, I don't know where you are, but thank you so much. Malu, thank you for all the help. And Fernanda, you have done this entire process so much easier. So as we celebrate Tom, I think we are also ending a cycle, and it's very important to acknowledge the work that we have done. The same way of the tale, we are moving mountains, and we have to keep going. We need to be resilient. And I would ask everyone that I cited if you can just stand up for one moment, because I really think that you deserve a round of applause. Tom, come on. Let's move mountains. And Tom, please.
First time anybody has mentioned that in public, to my knowledge, that I will be retiring at the end of the year. It came as a shock to me to hear it. So I'm a little off my script already, but thank you so very much, Luciana, Jorge, Mariana, Arthur, Fernanda, the whole Brazil Climate Arturo, não sei se eu mencionei, the whole Brazil Climate Institute. It's been a wonderful pleasure, and all the wonderful people, please say hello to them during the day. They're wearing these, I didn't get my green camiseta, but they're going to this. I need GG, I need an extra large one, but they're going to get one for me. So you can thank me too if you want. But thank you, Luciano. Those are heartfelt words here. I'm Tom Treva. By the way, I know this isn't in my talking points, but that picture I noticed they're using here today, that was taken in your house, Luciana, some years ago, okay, some years ago. And it was kind of when we began a long collaboration in climate, which is a collaboration, and I'll get to my remarks here in a moment. It's a collaboration, in my judgment, clearly revolving around Columbia University. Lucian and so many others, many of the young people here in their green shirts, Columbia students, Columbia alumni, friends, all of them friends of Columbia. It's a collaboration with the Brazilian private sector. It's a collaboration with the great, wonderful faculty and research staff of Columbia University. And it's a collaboration more particularly here, and I'm honored to have this opportunity to speak on behalf of Columbia and Columbia Global to welcome all of you here to this beautiful forum created by our own President Lee Bollinger, and bears his name now today. I speak on behalf of Columbia Global. Our Executive Vice President will be with you later in the day, at some point in the day, if we all make it to the end of the day, right? I think we will. Columbia Global is, as the name implies, an attempt for Columbia to be out in the world, to touch the world, to learn from the world, to bring the world back here to the Upper West Side of Manhattan. I have the great privilege, and I've had it, I don't want to think about not having that anymore, but I have had a great privilege for the last 13 years to direct the center in Rio. So I live in Rio. People always ask me that. I love living in Rio. We work elsewhere in Brazil, and I think whatever has been done, more could have been done, but we've made many connections between Columbia and Brazil, and that, I think, has been hopefully in the mutual benefit of our stakeholders in Brazil and of the university. So thank you on behalf of the university. Thank you for being here. Lucian has made such wonderful acknowledgments of all the help. I'll go on from that, but a special mention to all the business partners and the government advisors in Brazil who have helped us and encouraged us to do this event. It's a very high-profile event, as you can imagine, and you can't do that without a lot of friends helping you and encouraging you. And that's what's kept me going for 13 years, working in that wonderful Brazilian spirit of collaboration and resolution of conflict and creativity. So that all comes together today. So this is the 4th edition, as Lou says, Luciana's told us, but I think it's a very special one. It's different from the other 3 years, maybe different from the ones that will come after us. So just 2 points. Why does this matter so much that we are here in 2025? Obviously, the eyes of the world on Brazil, COP30, COP30 coming up in Belém, G20 last year, Brazil very much in the spotlight. But so this conference, it's a recognition, in my judgment, it's not a celebration, it's not self-congratulatory in any sense, but it's a recognition of Brazil's leadership, public and private leadership, in the global climate change challenge. Brazil has very much to teach to the rest of the world. I firmly believe this. After 13 years, I believe it more than ever. Has much to teach to the world about a peaceful rise to power and to public and private leadership in such areas as, but the list goes on, an enviable energy matrix, resources for renewable energy, bioenergy, green hydrogen, carbon markets, critical minerals, rare earths, low-carbon agriculture. You see what I mean? The list, and even the future of oil and gas, very importantly dependent upon Brazil. Brazil's vision of regional and global leadership, does it matter at the end of the day? Will the rest of the world encourage and collaborate with Brazil's peaceful rise to global climate leadership? It's been a vision long delayed in turning into practice. Is it happening now in 2025, and will it continue to gain momentum in succeeding years? I'm going to allow myself, maybe with a hint of nostalgia here, I'm going to allow myself to be optimistic in arguing that this is Another, what did you say, Luciana, about moving mountains? This is one more step forward in Brazil's claiming climate leadership, but leadership in other spheres where the world so much needs leadership. So that's the first point, a recognition of Brazil's leadership. The second is where this takes place. We're not in a generic hotel, a conference room, in an office building. This is the role of Columbia University, representing the great network of knowledge transmitters who are the world's treasures of knowledge, stores of knowledge, inventors, researchers, scientific advances, all come from that network of which Columbia is a proud charter member. So that I think is important, and I think you'll see it more as we go through the course of the day. And it's a leadership that often goes unrecognized. The universities kind of work a little bit in the shadows, on the sidelines, but the advances in science and math and so many fields are critical to the progress of the world. So much has always depended on it, and maybe needs more than ever today. So to have the business sector here, to have the support of the Brazilian government, to be in the midst of a great university is meaningful for me, and I think for all of us. So those are the two things that I wanted to say to you. As we do in Brazil, bom dia, bom debate. To everybody here, prazer tê-los todos. Sejam todos bem-vindos, bem-vindas. And it's an honor, and especially I think you'll understand coming from me, a wonderful honor to have you all here today. Great event. Vamos então continuar com a nossa agenda. Muito obrigado.